What up, y'all? Welcome to the YouTube channel, Real Advantage Productions. I go by Paz B. Two great things about me: I'm a cool guy, number one. Number two, I stand by what I say. I try to do what I say I'm going to do. Dependable. I'm a dependable dude. That's number two. Like I said, I'm Paz B. This is Real Advantage Productions. And I got something I want to talk to y'all about today. Let's get into it. Also, what I would say, Dame Dash has an album out. He put an album out recently in 2025. Him and Freeway. They got a group called the Black Guns. The Black Guns and Freeway. Freeway is the main star, main pull of the album. I've listened to it. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but I did listen to it, and here are my thoughts. My thoughts are: I think it's worth listening to, just because, well, it's worth listening to because of Freeway. Freeway is super dope. I always been a fan of Freeway. He was hot, when he was with The Rock and Jay-Z and all that. And Freeway's always been hot to me. And he's still the same. Freeway is still the same. He's still rocking the same. He's cool. He's dope. So the album is starring Freeway. He's the main guy. He's the main guy, the head guy of the album. The album's called 365. 365, the Black Guns. They call themselves the Black Guns. And 365, Dame Dash. So yeah, Freeway is the highlight of the album. It's like a rock. He's rapping. It's a hip hop album. It's a hip hop album, but he's rapping to a rock beat. So they got like a rock band and they rap. So it's kind of different, but it's still. I thought it was cool. I thought, especially the Freeway, when Freeway raps on there, I think it's cool. Because Freeway's always dope. Dame Dash is actually singing on the album. He's talking, he's singing on the album and everything like that. Dame Dash is probably not the best part of the album, but it's still worth listening to. At least listen to once, just because it is Dame Dash, and because you never heard Dame Dash sing, you never heard Dame Dash do music. So that was a draw to me. I mean, when I found out that Dame Dash had an album out and he's actually on the album, I went ahead and went on Spotify and listened to it. You know what I mean? So, but what I would say though, the first time I heard it, I thought it was all right. I thought it was dope. I thought it was okay. I like the subject matter. I like what they was talking about. It's basically the Dame Dash type of stuff. I'm a boss, and you know, get your money right, and get up, and things of that nature. It's stuff that Dame Dash talks about in his interviews. So yeah, so that was dope. It wasn't talking about a lot of trash and stuff like that. So it was kind of like more mature. So I can appreciate that. I like that, and like I said, Freeway did his thing. The band wasn't that bad. I can get behind the music and the band, but Dame Dash was singing on the album, and I don't feel like he gave it his all. Like, I mean, obviously he's not a singer, but there's a lot of rappers. I mean, in 2025, every rapper, whether they can sing or not, is singing on their stuff, and they make their stuff sound decent. They can go to the studio, and everybody, all the rappers in 2025 are singing on their stuff. They use the auto tune, the reverb, and all the tricks and all the studio tricks, and they can make themselves sound decent. You look at a Drake. I mean, you look back in the day at Ja Rule. You looked at DMX. He used to sing on his stuff. Ja Rule, like I said, Drake, and pretty much, Lil Wayne came up with a whole album when he was just singing on it, like a rock and roll album, whatever. So they could all make themselves sound decent. But Dame Dash, when he was singing on the record, when he's singing on 365, his voice sounds rough. His voice sounds rough. It doesn't sound like he did anything to try to make his stuff sound decent. You know what I mean? Nothing to make his stuff sound in tune, no auto tune, just sounds rough. So, I don't think he gave it his all. He did, it's kind of like to me, it was kind of like he didn't even care. He didn't even try. You know what I mean? So that's the critique I would give. I would give he didn't put forth the effort, because I feel like he could have made his stuff sound, more decent. Especially, he's a big time, record executive producer. the history that he has in music and hip hop, you know what I mean? He could have he could have made himself sound a little better, in my opinion. He didn't have to sound so rough. It's just kind of like I don't give a care. I don't give a fuck attitude, you know. I don't care attitude. That's the way I took it. So I like the subject matter. I like the topics. I like the Freeway. I mean, you know, Freeway did this thing. Um, it was interesting to hear it, to hear Dame Dash sing and do music. Some of it was cool. You know, it's like this. Some of it was cool. Some of it wasn't. I wasn't impressed. I mean, I think he didn't put his all. Like I said, I don't think he put his all into it. I think he was just kind of throwing some stuff out there. You know, kind of like throw it to the wall, throw it to the kitchen, throw the kitchen sink at it, see what sticks or whatever. I definitely think he could have took more time and made it sound a little better. It was definitely kind of rough, but like of every album that I've ever listened to, that I've ever bought, you know, I have tracks on it I like, and have tracks on it that I don't like. This album is no different. There's some tracks on it that are decent and worth listening to, and there's, you know, some tracks on it that, you know, are kind of garbage.